Hi, Mel. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I'm just going to give you a quick overview on how Google ranks the websites here in the search results. And then we can use all that information to help get you up here so that way you're being spotted. So I'm looking at your website. The layout is looking pretty good. What Google is going to look at is it's going to rank this in two different factors. The first is going to be the content. So it doesn't really care about where things are or what the pictures look like. It's just going to count all the text on the page. So Google really wants to see about 1,000 to 1,500 words per page. It thinks that the more text you have, the more of an expert you are in your field. Also, while it's counting all the words, it's looking for keywords. So that'd be anything that somebody would type into Google search, such as like a service that you offer, and maybe even like a location that you're in. So this is kind of where the number of words on the page really comes into play, because you're only allowed one keyword for every 100 to 150 words of text on the page. So if we want to get this page being able to be searched for multiple different keywords, we're probably going to have to add a little bit of text on it so that we can fill it up with those keywords. The second thing that it's going to use to rank the website is what's called the authority, which is basically a popularity contest that Google uses. It compiles different things like citations, which are anytime that your name, address, and phone number are listed anywhere in a directory, so somewhere like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, things like that. The good news about citations is they're free to get. You just got to find all those directory sites, and then you got to register and put all the information in, and just make sure it's the exact same information that you're going to put into Google. The other part of the authority or popularity is other websites that refer back to your website. They basically act as an endorsement that Google builds trust, like others vouching for you. So it's almost like a customer review. If you had one review or 100 reviews or 1,000 reviews, that'll determine how popular and how authoritative you are. It's the same thing with Google, except it's using other websites to refer instead of customer reviews. So to see how this works, if we were to type in a search here, the first thing that's going to pop up is what's called the map pack. Now this is actually a pretty important section because just about half, a little over 40% of people will click on one of these top 3 listings just because it's the first thing on the page. Now this is free to get into. What you need to do is fill out your Google business profile. It's part of the Google Maps app now, so you can do it right from your smartphone. What you want to make sure you do is you fill out all the information that you possibly can. All the services that you offer, all the areas that you work in, even your hours of operation, like everything that you possibly can, you want to fill it out. Then you want to be adding photos that are geotagged inside of your service area. You definitely want to get some Google reviews posted on there. And then you want to try to get as many of those citations, those directory listings of your name, address, and phone number. You want to get more directory listings than any of these top 3 people, so that way you can get on top of them. So then below that, this is what we call the organic search results. This is where the higher the authority or the more trust that Google has in your website, the higher up in the list that you're going to rank. So to demonstrate this, I just took your website and put it into this tool that I pay for, and it basically just shows me all the things that Google is going to crawl your site and find. It's going to see the number of keywords and then the other websites that are referring back to your website to create that authority. So for instance, if there was a article written by like a news or a blog post and it mentioned your business and it had a clickable link that a reader could click on and that would bring them to your website, that would be one backlink from one referring domain or one referring website. So if we just look at the competition, these are the top 2 people that are showing up in this map pack. They have 23 websites referring back to them, and Google is finding 32 keywords. And then they have 9 websites referring back to them with 13. So it's not a very hard thing to get above these. These are pretty low numbers comparatively speaking, so it'd be pretty easy to outrank them. We just have to find and get websites to refer back to you. Those could be blog posts. Those could be guest posts on websites. Those could be those citations and directories. That's kind of where, if you're not in that field, it's kind of tough to find all those websites that refer back to them. That's where like a marketing company, somebody like myself, would come into play. Because what I would do is I would go to your competitors and say, okay, let's see, they've got all these companies or websites that refer back to them. Let's see if we can get you on those. And then the same thing, we'd look at, okay, they're getting found for all these keywords. So just to show you, this is the number of times that this keyword is being searched per month. So they're in the first position, I mean, they're coming up on the first page, the first position on Google. So how this usually translates is, if you're in the first position, you're getting, let's say, conservatively speaking, 10% of these people that are searching it click on the site. So we'll say 15 people. And then let's say just only half of those actually want to get a reading. So, and then we're talking anywhere from 7 to 8 people per month that would be coming in for a reading just off this one keyword because they're in the first position. So if we had, multiple keywords that you were ranked #1 in Google for, you'd be getting that kind of traffic flow to the website and then business revenue to you. So I would do like a lot of research just to see like, okay, what are all the top keywords, and we'll make sure that you're #1 for those and you're getting all those clicks and then getting all that revenue from it. So like I said, it's definitely going to have to add some more content onto the page so we can add those keywords. Or probably if they've got, I think these were like 13 or something like that. Yeah, so if that would mean that we need like about 1,300 to 1,500 words just for that, and I know that these were a little bit higher. These are like 30. Come on. Yeah, so we would definitely want to be adding some either like back pages. So like for instance, this like page right here, what we could do is make multiple pages that people could click on. So coaching could be its own page. We can have an entire page for that and have a few hundred words, like 500 words for that. Readings could be its own clickable page. We can have another 500 or 1,000 words for that. So then we can just start adding content to your site and then plopping in keywords and kind of sprinkle them throughout. So that way you can be found and come up in search results more often for those keywords and then get up in these top rankings so you can get the revenue from it. So I hope this was helpful. If you want me to go over anything in more detail, or if you want to talk about some goals that you have and you want to reach, and then I can do some research to see what it's going to take to get you there. Like I said, these are really not hard numbers to beat. So in the grand scheme of things, it would not be very expensive to go out and have to get these links from websites, because a lot of guest posting sites and other things like that actually require you to pay because they realize that by being on their site, they're giving you authority, so they want a kickback from that. So it does cost some money in order to get some of these. They're not all free, but we can definitely get some high-powered ones and easily beat these. I mean, these are really low numbers, and then we can get you right up here, and then also at the top of this. That way you're getting all the clicks. So you know how to get in touch with me. If you want to talk any more about this, just let me know, and then we can get it up and running for you. Thanks.